Meet Fred Jennings. As a resident of Sonata West in West Orange County, Fred isn't your typical senior. He and his late wife Evelyn started running and competing in marathons in their retirement. Today, he still focuses his life around remaining active and volunteering in the community. His life of purpose is an inspiration to everyone who knows him. This is his story.
He's just a good person. You know, him and Buddy, his dog, they walk around the pond every day. They're out there at 8 o'clock in the morning walking around the pond, out there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He has his schedule. He's always on it. When we go and volunteer, he always goes and volunteers at the preschool.
When Fred's around, he just brings amazing energy. He's always so pepped up and active. He's always moving around, and I just think it really encourages the other residents who are a little bit younger that, you know, are maybe unsure about getting out there and being active, and they look at him and they go, wow, if he can do it at 94, surely I can do it and come to exercise class every day and walk around the lake and all of that. So I think it just really inspires them to see someone his age staying healthy.
I think I was living in Wichita, Kansas at the time, and I was starting to get into running and doing that, and I was excited about it, and there was a big run down at the river, and I suggested that they come down and join me at that time to do it. We were so happy that we even finished the race that they just got a bug for running after that time.
She struck up a nerve in me that, hey, let's do this. And she ran with me the first time, and you know, it wakened me up to midlife and what the other half is like. You don't just sit around and wait for the end. You get something else to do and you go out and do it.
After catching the bug, Fred and Evelyn started their journey into running and eventually started running marathons. It not only gave them purpose, but a way to compete and meet people from around the world in their retirement, proving to themselves it's never too late. Evelyn was quite the competitor, as Fred explains it.
It's a competition thing, and that's really like, Evelyn loved to win. I ran just to encourage people to run. If you set a good example, it will lead to other people. And I had that experience when people would come up and say, hey, can I run with you? Yeah, you set a good example.
It brought a closeness with her and Dad that it was something for them to do after their retirement. It gave them something, you know, to bond and put something into their life after they retired to do together. So it was good for them. It
led from something beautiful for the both of us. In the last half of our life, we really enjoyed it. And it was something my wife really enjoyed. When she went out there, she said she felt free when she was running, and you could tell it in her face. And it was a joy to be there. And my mom, I remember growing up, she was not into exercise or anything. I mean, I don't remember ever being a big enthusiast of running or, you know, any type of exercising at all. To her end up being a marathon runner after that point just amazes me. We were in high school together, and I used to see, it was a 4-story high school, and on the 3rd floor there was a bench that we used to sit in before class, and I'd see this beautiful girl come down the road. And I said, hey, Lord, that's for me. And that's the way it ended. When I enlisted in the Marine Corps, one of the rocks in my life was knowing that she was there. And when we came back after 3 years in the Pacific, I saw her and we got married.
Life was an adventure for Fred and Evelyn and their 2 children, Steve and Sherry, as they moved around the country. But it was traveling to races and meeting other runners along the way that was a part of Fred and Evelyn's health journey later in life that kept them going.
Just being with other people and the conversations that you have, and we're in different parts of the country. I think we were in about 7, 8 different states, and the Boston Marathon and the Marine Corps marathons, and the ones in Lincoln, Nebraska, and St. Louis, where I was from. That was a beauty to run that one.
I remember one time them coming home from a marathon, and it might have been the Boston Marathon. They were so excited about running it, and
when they came home, we had decorated the house for them. And I remember them coming home and we had signs all over the house, and we were excited for them that they had done it.
Find something that you can do together and do it for a purpose, because what you do has a tremendous effect on people that see you and see you as a married couple. You don't sit around in a home wondering about this or that. You've got gifts, use them, and be an example that you want other people to see. Your faith puts you through it, and it's a great way to live by faith. And you sign up for these different races everywhere, and you go and you do what you're supposed to do.
Even though life has slowed down a bit for Fred after Evelyn passed away, he has his new best friend Buddy to go on an occasional walk or jog and stay active together.
About 6 months after my wife died, my beautiful daughter there came by and she said, "Dad, you're stressed out. You need a dog." And I said, well, I listened to her. Now listen. And we got a dog. And this little guy here, he's a gift of love. It's exactly what he is.
Buddy is his best friend. Oh my goodness. I don't know what he would do without Buddy. They are best friends. I mean, when they say someone is best friends with their dog, or a dog's man's best friend, Fred and Buddy. That's what I think of.
Fred offers some encouragement for people starting to run.
Well, it teaches you to believe in yourself, really. And wherever you are, whatever run it is, it's in here. Can I do it? And if you think you can, you can.
While Evelyn has already crossed the finish line, Fred is still in the race with one purpose.
You have to set an example for the people around you.
I think most of our residents hope to be like Fred when they are 94 years old.